On political party funding, we cross via Skype to political analyst Professor Dirk Kotze. A very good morning to you once again, Professor. We thank you very much for your time. Essentially, let's just start from the beginning. Does the President's Bosasa saga escalate the need for transparency, in particular with political funding?
Yes, it indeed creates the need for that. As I said earlier on now, there is already in Parliament, or there was in Parliament a process. It went through the National Assembly,
also through the National Council of Provinces. There has been public hearings. I've myself participated in that. And as I understand, it is now with the President in order to finally approve it. The question, however, is whether this situation of President Ramaphosa is actually included in this legislation, because it's primarily about political parties and individuals acting on behalf of political parties, that some of that must be disclosed in terms of when it is private donations. But when it is for individuals, like for President Ramaphosa, for his own campaign to become the ANC's president, I'm not sure whether that is included. But that certainly, with this example, certainly poses the question whether that there should not also be legislation for that. And in my view, first, certainly it should be.
Definitely. Are we yet to hear more scandals before the 2019 elections regarding political funding, especially after the VBS saga?
I think it's very much possible. We've heard about the allegations about the South African Communist Party that received money from them. We've also had now a number of elections in the different political parties, and especially the ANC and the DA are, I would say, prone to these problems. Because within these parties there's real contestation, there's real campaigns, and therefore there's also the possibility that individual candidates can receive money that's obviously at this stage not disclosed, because it is not part of the legislation at the moment that it must be disclosed. But in principle, I think there has been in the past, and in future again, I think there will be serious problems, or potentially serious problems. When it comes to political parties, it's now all about timing. Whether President Ramaphosa is going to sign this legislation before next year's election, and that means then the whole process of receiving donations will have to be disclosed at the end of it.
Professor, what now for the President, and what sort of recourse or defence do we think that opposition parties are going to be bringing forward? Of course, the presidency spokesperson, Kusile Diko, is saying that the President had not known about it, and as soon as he did find out about it, that is why he wrote the letter to Parliament. On the other hand, we have the DA spokesperson, Salima Latsi, saying that the President lied in Parliament and that the DA is planning on taking this further. We've also seen calls from the EFF spokesperson, Lozi, saying that the President must do the honourable thing.
Well, first of all, I think there's nothing illegal, I would say, about this current situation. There's no legislation that I'm aware of that has been transgressed in this. So it is more about the moral, ethical issue that is at stake at this point. The fact that President Ramaphosa sent a letter to the Speaker of Parliament in requesting her to make it known to all members of Parliament, I think went quite a way already in order to correct the situation that was created when he answered it in the first instance. I think the mistake that he made is, in the first instance, is that he did not ask for some time in order to get better information about the situation that the question referred to. Because the question itself has become now a bit confused the situation, because it refers to President Ramaphosa's son, Andile, while the new or the updated response from President Ramaphosa does not deal with him at all. It deals with the fact that Bosasa, or what it is now called the African Global Solutions, that they have given a donation to him directly for his election campaign. So it's not about any work relationship between Bosasa or in its new form and his son. That part, I'm not sure what will be ultimately the answer, because President Ramaphosa didn't sort of elaborate on that aspect. And I think what is important is that the question that he gave in Parliament about that should still be clarified. At the same time, I think there are new questions that are arising about the latest response of President Ramaphosa. For example, the fact that he didn't know that he received this money from Bosasa or the African Global Solutions. While they have a history which I would say is not such an acceptable type of history, there's lots of allegations, court cases about their relationship, for example, with the Department of Correctional Services. They were implicated in giving gifts or money to Gwede Mantashe and Vincent Smith to such an extent that Vincent Smith had to recuse himself from his position as the deputy chairperson of the Constitutional Review Committee that has dealt with this matter of expropriation without compensation the last number of months. So in that sense, it is a complex situation, and it complicates the matter for President Ramaphosa because of this association with this company. And I think those are the type of things that he will have to clarify. But as I said, in principle, I don't think there is any legal implications in this. And there's also the fact that he took the initiative in order to correct his answer in Parliament, I think will make it also very difficult to make a claim that he actually misled Parliament.
Thank you very much for your time this morning. That was the political analyst, Professor Dirk Kotze, just giving us more background on the need for disclosure of political party funding. That's on the backdrop of the Bosasa saga. Of course, that 500,000 Rand donation that was made to Andile Ramaphosa, the son of President Cyril Ramaphosa, into his trust account. Of course, the president, when he was answering questions in Q&A, said that he knew nothing about it, and then came forward as he did, sending that letter to Parliament saying that he did. We do understand at this point in time that the president is set to be paying back that donation